This conference will now be recorded.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to the City of Warrenville City Council regular meeting for Monday, April 15th, 2024. The City Council meeting will be conducted in the traditional in-person format right here at City Hall. For convenience, the public may view the meeting virtually using the go-to access information available on our website. Public comment will only be available in person during the meeting. The remote access is for viewing purposes only. May I have a roll call, please?
Alderman Ashower,
Here.
Alderman Augustinovich,
Here.
Alderman Berry,
Here.
Alderman Davalos,
Here.
Alderman Kruckenberg,
Here.
Alderman Lockett,
Here.
Alderman Widener,
Here.
and Alderman Wilkie.
Here.
A full complement. Wonderful. Thank you, Julie. Please stand as you are able and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag
Of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have two proclamations before we get into the business of the meeting this evening, which I will read right now. The first is for Arbor Day. Whereas in 1872, J. Sterling Morton proposed to the Nebraska Board of Agriculture the special day be set aside for the planting of trees. And whereas this holiday called Arbor Day was first observed with the planting of more than 1 million trees in Nebraska, and whereas Arbor Day is now observed throughout the nation and the world, and whereas trees can reduce the erosion of our precious topsoil by wind and water, cut heating and cooling costs, moderate the temperature, clean the air, produce oxygen, and provide habitat for wildlife, and whereas trees are a renewable resource giving us paper, wood for our homes, fuel for our fires, and countless other wood products, and whereas trees in our city increase property values, enhance the economic vitality of business areas, and beautify our community, now therefore I, David L. Brummel, Mayor of the City of Warrenville, do hereby proclaim April 27th, 2024 as Arbor Day in the City of Warrenville, and I urge all citizens to support efforts to protect our trees and woodlands and to attend the Arbor Day celebration at the Warrenville Park District Recreation Center Gym on Saturday, April 27th, 2024, starting at 10 a.m. And further, I urge all citizens to plant trees to gladden the hearts and promote the well-being of present and future generations. And Earth Day also. Whereas Earth Day is an opportunity to renew America's commitment to preserving and protecting the state of our environment through community service and responsible stewardship. And whereas global theme for Earth Day 2024 is Planet versus Plastics, which unites students, parents, businesses, governments, churches, unions, individuals, and NGOs in an unwavering commitment to call for the end of plastics for the sake of human and planetary health, demanding a 60% reduction in the production of plastics by 2040, and an ultimate goal of building a plastic-free future for generations to come. And whereas on Earth Day, let us recognize the role that each of us can play to increase awareness about the importance of environmental education and spur progress towards global environment and climate literacy. And whereas the city supports, through its Environmental Advisory Commission, development of educational and informational programs and materials that promote environmental awareness and behavior. And now, therefore, I, David L. Brummel, Mayor of the City of Warrenville, do hereby proclaim April 22nd, 2024 as Earth Day in the City of Warrenville, and encourage all citizens to learn about the ways they can improve the environment. Okay. We'll move on then to citizens' comments. We have one person signed this evening, Mr. Bob Siebert.
Bob Siebert, Albright Court. In the 12 months through March 2024, overall inflation was 3.5%, compared to the 3.2% as of February 2024. The Fed's goal is 2%. price increases in gasoline, food, and rent were identified as the major causes for the rise in inflation. All citizens are impacted negatively by these price increases. And then, at the end of 2024, the city uses the 3.5% to automatically increase the property taxes. 20 years ago, the city council addressed this issue. That city council identified a new revenue source to reduce property taxes. That city council passed an ordinance establishing the home rule sales tax. This would not result or affect the property tax requested, but shift the dollar amount from the home rule sales tax. If the inflation rate for 2024 is 3.5%, to offset this amount, approximately 20% of the home rule sales tax would be used to shift to the property tax fund. Thus, 80% of this revenue would flow to the general fund, and the taxpayers would not receive annual increases. It's important to note that the property taxes have a 5% ceiling, and thus the flow of funds is limited. You can follow the direction of the previous city council and the current existing ordinance, or you can continue to do nothing. Doing nothing is throwing the taxpayers under the bus.
Thank you, Bob. Yes, George? Can I speak? Sure.
George Wonsum, 29W463 Amber Lane. A couple weeks ago, I was at the meeting that talked about Mack Road, and as I'm coming here not tonight as a concerned citizen, I'm not really sure where that project is right now, but I drive down Mack Road often to get to various places, and I'm 100% against any taking of land on the north side of Mack Road for a bike path or whatever it's called. There's plenty of land on the south side. I'm sure there's some crazy, not political, but some kind of law that's forcing it to be up to the north side. I intend to be at every meeting that has to do with this. This is ridiculous. There is so much land, so much available space. There is no need for this kind of eminent domain to take land from those citizens that have been up there for so many years. So I'm just voicing my opinion from what I know, and I just found out a couple of weeks ago, and am totally against the development on the north side of Mack Road for anything. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, George. Anyone else would like to speak? Okay, we'll move on then to the mayor and staff, officials and staff comments for this evening. A reminder about the special census 2024 process that we're engaged in. The city is in need of an accurate population count because of our growth in population. That means the numbers will make the city eligible for more state and federal money. This helps fund city services such as street repair and public safety. So each person that we count gets us federal and state money. That would be, the next census, of course, is more than 5 years away by the time we get the numbers. This is, the special census will give us access to money that we would have not gotten per person that lives in the city. So it's extremely important that everyone who can register for this. The process is starting April 30th through May 23rd. This is when the special census will be available online. The easiest way to apply, obviously, is online. The Census Bureau will send letters and postcards in April and May with the survey link, so that makes it really easy. Everyone counts again. It takes about 10 minutes of your time, but it means a great deal of revenue over a period of 5 to 6 years for the community that we would not be able to get without the special census. So please, if you want to learn more about the details of how this works, you can go to warrenville.il.us and look under News and Spotlights to get the information that you're looking for. And that's all I have for this evening. Clerk. Thank you. Treasurer is not here. Alderman. Is there a Cubs game tonight or something? Is there? Yeah, okay. All right. City Administrator? Okay, City Attorney?
Nothing for me.
All right, very good. We'll move on to the approval of the agenda. Alderman Widener, would you like to make that motion?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. I move to approve the consent agenda for the April 15th, 2024 City Council regular meeting.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries and the consent agenda is approved as presented. We have 5 sets of minutes that need approval also. We'll take a motion again. Alderman Widener, would you like to make that motion?
Yes, thank you. I move to approve the minutes of the April 1st, 2024 City Council regular meeting, to approve the minutes of the April 1st, 2024 City Council closed session, to approve the minutes of the April 5th, 2024 City Council strategic planning retreat, to approve the minutes of the April 6th, 2024 City Council strategic planning retreat, and to approve the minutes of the April 8th, 2024 Public Works and Infrastructure Committee of the Whole meeting.
Second.
Second by Alderman Krokenberg. Any discussion of the minutes? Again, seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. The minutes are approved as presented. The consent agenda for this evening, item 6A. For second reading and pass ordinance 02024-14, adopting the City of Warrenville FY 2025 municipal budget. B, accept staff recommendation, waive second reading and pass ordinance 02024-15, establishing a schedule of job classifications and authorized personnel strength for FY 2025. C, accept Public Safety and Finance Committee recommendation, waive second reading and pass ordinance 02024-16, approving water and sewer rate increases and the change to a monthly billing frequency. D, accept Public Works and Infrastructure Committee recommendation, waive second reading and pass ordinance 02024-17, approving a temporary water and sanitary sewer connection incentive program to temporarily reduce certain water and sanitary sewer tap-on fees through December 31st, 2024. E, accept Public Works and Infrastructure Committee recommendation and pass Resolution R2024-19, approving a professional services agreement for FY 2025 GIS management services with Cultivate Geospatial Solutions, LLC. F, accept staff recommendation and pass Resolution R2024-20, approving a grant agreement between the State of Illinois, Department of Natural Resources, and the City of Warrenville for the Cerny Park Improvements Project Phase 1. G, accept staff recommendation and pass Resolution R2024-21, approving a professional services agreement with Hitchcock Design Group for Cerny Park Improvements final design in the amount of $109,000 plus reimbursable expenses. H, accept Public Works and Infrastructure Committee recommendation and continue the suspension of the electrical aggregation program indefinitely or until a program meeting both minimum desired outcomes of the electrical aggregation program of 1, savings for the customer on electrical supply or a rate match so it is cost neutral, and 2, contributing to the generation of 100% renewable green energy through the purchase of RECs becomes available. I, accept Public Works and Infrastructure Committee recommendation to eliminate paper agenda packets for the City Council and Committee of the Whole meetings effective May 1st, 2024, and direct staff to investigate costs to provide city-owned electronic devices at the dais. J, accept Public Works and Infrastructure Committee recommendation and approve the request to solicit donations for the 8th Annual Bike Rodeo event on May 18th, 2024, according to city policy. K, accept Public Works and Infrastructure Committee recommendation and authorize the partial closure of Stafford Place for the annual Bike Rodeo event. L, accept staff recommendation and approve the FY 2025 citywide and department work plans. M, accept Mayor Brummel's recommendation and approve the reappointment of volunteers as listed on the slate of volunteers dated April 11th, 2024, to certain advisory boards and commissions with terms and expiration dates indicated. And accept Mayor Brummel's recommendation and approve the appointment of Patrick McNulty to the Environmental Advisory Commission, it's not committee, for a term expiring April 30th, 2027. O, review and file minutes of the Environmental Advisory Commission meetings held on December 19th, 2023, January 16th, 2024, and February 13th, 2024. P, receive and file report of invoices paid up to April 10th, 2024, in the amount of $51,064.55. Q, authorize expenditures for invoices due on or before May 6th, 2024, in the amount of $279,933.53. And R, receive and file report of Chase Commercial Credit Card expenditures for the month of February 2024 in the amount of $22,310.35. Alderman Widener?
I move to approve the agenda as presented by Mayor David Brummel.
Second.
Motion and a second. Have a roll call, please.
Alderman Lockett.
Aye.
Alderman Wilkie.
Aye.
Alderman Davalos.
Aye.
Alderman Widener.
Aye.
Alderman Ashour.
Aye.
Alderman Kruckenberg.
Aye.
Alderman Berry.
Aye.
And Alderman Augustinovich.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Julie. The consent agenda is approved as presented. We have one
Mayor?
item under regular.
Mayor, I have a question. for
Yes.
Mayor. Item R, which was the approval of the Chase Commercial Card expenditures, is mistitled. It should be March 2024, which I just caught.
Ah. Okay, to the motioner and seconder for the approval of the agenda, agree to that?
Motioner agrees.
Seconder agrees.
Okay, I guess we're set. Thank you, Kevin. Do we need to do anything else?
Just ask whether,
Go ahead.
because the vote had already taken place, so I would just ask
To
if there's
do-
unanimous consent to
Oh,
the
okay.
original vote stands.
Okay, is there unanimous consent for the original vote standing with that slight correction?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, all right. Thank you. That's why we have an attorney. Belt and suspenders, just to make sure we're doing it right. Okay. Motion for the regular agenda. Who'd like to do that? Alderman Berry.
I'd like to make a motion to accept staff recommendation and pass resolution R 2024-22, amending the Grenacious Agreement to include amendment number 1 for developer applications.
Second.
Second by
Alderman Wilkie.
Alderman Wilkie. Louis Alderman. Don't worry, I'll get it, I promise. Okay, this would be Assistant City Administrator Morgan. I knew that was just.
Thank you. As we progress through the ERP implementation process, one of the steps to move forward is the creation of a developer app. This app will bridge together the softwares for OneView, the Citizen Engagement app, and the ViewWorks Public Works EAM software application. Granicus will provide the application programming interface, also known as APIs, something new that I learned in this process, which is the foundation for building that bridge to allow the connection. The attached amendment to the Granicus agreement identifies that all parties involved, which would be the city, Granicus, and the ViewWorks software companies will be using the APIs in an appropriate manner. There is no additional cost for this amendment, and I am happy to entertain any questions.
Okay, any questions? Seeing none, let's do a roll call.
Alderman Weidner. Alderman Ashower.
Aye.
Alderman Lockett.
Aye.
Alderman Berry.
Aye.
Alderman Davalos.
Aye.
Alderman Wilkie.
Aye.
Alderman Augustinovich.
Aye.
And Alderman Krokenberg.
Aye.
Motion carries. We do have need for an executive session this evening. Alderman Berry, would you like to read the citations and make the motion, please?
Thank you. I'd like to make a motion to go into closed session for the purpose of 5 ILCS 120/2, litigation when an action against, affecting, or on behalf of the particular public body has been filed and is pending before a court or administrative tribunal, or when the public body finds that an action is probable or imminent, and 5 ILCS 120/2, the purchase or lease of real property for the use of the public body, including meetings held for the purpose of discussing whether a particular parcel should be acquired. Second.
Second by Alderman Wilkie. Any discussion? Oh, we won't discuss. Roll call.
Not here.
Alderman Wilkie.
Aye.
Alderman Augustinovich.
Aye.
Alderman Krokenberg.
Aye.
Alderman Lockett.
Aye.
Alderman Weidner.
Aye.
Alderman Ashower.
Aye.
Alderman Davalos.
Aye.
And Alderman Berry.
Aye.
Thank you, Julie. We are now entering into executive session. We will not be conducting any business at the conclusion of our executive session, so thank you for your attendance this evening, and we'll see you next time around.
This conference is no longer being recorded.